Hi, I'm Matt Covey from Suburban Canine. Today we're talking about living with your dog around food. Now when I say living with your dog around food, I don't mean training with your dog around food. So we're not talking about a sit stay or a down stay or putting your dog on leash. What we're talking about today is how to get your dog to be good enough that you can cook dinner or prepare food and not have to worry about their behavior. So let me show you a little bit about what I mean. Hey, Smallsy. Hey, good boy. So that container is beef pot roast. You might not know what it is yet because the Tupperware is still shut. He will know in just a moment when I open it. So, as we work on this, I don't expect the dog to not be interested in the pot roast. I don't expect him to not smell it. All of that stuff is okay. You can see he's looking at it, he's interested. That's very normal, and that's not something I want to change. I would never expect a dog to have no interest in something like beef pot roast. What I expect is that he's able to coexist. He's able to hang out here without trying to steal it. Smalls, hey buddy. So I don't need him to sit or lay down. I just want him to be good enough that I can have food here on the counter without him trying to steal it. So now I'm going to walk out of sight and see how he does. Hey, Smalls. So all of this is being done without commands. Notice I haven't said a single thing to him besides saying his name and petting him. Now this is all pretty easy. He's been leaving the food alone while it's up here on the counter. I'm going to make it a little bit tougher this time, and I'm going to drop the food. Now notice when I drop it, I didn't say a word. I didn't tell him to sit or stay or leave it. I didn't say anything to him. I dropped the food and I expect him just to not take it. Now as you watch this, you might wonder why. And you might say, when am I ever going to throw a pot roast on my ground purposely in front of my dog? That's not the idea here. What we're talking about, this should picture real life. Picture you're cooking dinner and all of a sudden the baby's crying and you have to run out of the room. You want a dog who's good enough that he's not going to jump and steal the food. Or picture you're cooking a steak dinner and you drop the steak. Do you want to have to dive on the ground and try to grab the steak before your dog does? Or would you like to be able to drop the steak, clean up, set down, whatever it is you're working with, and then casually bend down and pick up the food without having to fight your dog for it? So here, all of this is being done without a command. I don't care if the dog gets up right now. You can see the food is gone. So if he were to go over there and lick that spot, that would not be a problem at all. All I expect is that when I drop the food, he doesn't try to take it. Smalls, hey buddy. Hey, good boy. So there he's licking up where the food was. That's okay. But now I expect him to not steal that piece. And you can see the dog knows the difference. Now, none of this means the dog can't have food. And we're not the kind of trainers who say to never feed your dog from the counter or from the kitchen. There's not a problem with that whatsoever. The goal is the dog understands when he's being offered food and when he isn't. There, I handed it to him. That was quite clear. Here, I didn't hand it to him. So I expect him not to take it. So let me show you that again. So here, this piece, I will offer to him. And of course, he can have it. And this piece, if I drop on the ground, I expect him not to take. So as we work on this, it takes a lot of work to get a dog this well trained, but it's not an impossible process. If you'd like help, please feel free to reach out to us. We have a lot of information as well as our contact info on suburbancanine.com. Thank you very much and have a good day.